Hey, it's Mr. Johns. Welcome back to Planet Zoo. I've spent just about all day on this habitat, and it looks a little different now. I lowered the water lower than it was intended, but I love how it looks. You get these little secret areas. I think this is probably the height that it was intended for. It came in when I downloaded it, and the water was much higher. But once I lowered it down, for some reason it disappeared. I clicked on it accidentally and hit delete, and the water went away as I was messing with stuff. So it's been a battle today. But we have all kinds of features in here when you start looking for the timber wolf population. So I have the train track that goes around the timber wolf population. I installed a truck which is supposed to be like a feeder, kind of like a play feeder for the wolf. We'll see how we like that and what it does. And then the reason I spent all day on this place, I did try to blend it in a little bit with the rocks and trees, spread it out, look like it belonged here and didn't just spawn here as a download. But what I was not aware of, and I'll be honest with you here, I'm going to show you an example. If I go to water treatment, I thought your circle had to cover the entire body of water. So just like over here, I have the water treatment pump right there, so it covers the entire body of water. Now, I read online that it just has to cover part of it. So I think if you think of it as a real pump, you would just run a pipe into the water, and it would then, I guess, filter it. It's going to pump it in and then back out again, probably through a filter or something. So that's how I'm thinking it in my head. But I was thinking it had to cover the entire body of water, so I literally was, I was trying to find a place in here, in the forest, and I finally did find right here where this ball is. I had placed it right there. Then I started running a path up to this fence, and I spent, I bet, 3 hours trying to get a path and a gate connected, driving me crazy. Now I have a staff path that comes down. The mechanic can handle power, water, and temperature. So filter and temperature. Also, he can access, and when that connected, I was like, oh my gosh, I was so happy. And now he can also access the habitat. So let's go ahead and get in here and kind of see, watch the moment. So he should be delivering. I have 4 wolves showing up. So water is clean now. It was muddy. It was the color of mud. All right. So we have come on now. Let's go. Okay. Now that is super cool. Whoa, they're just going to take off and probably get going. We probably should turn on camera mode for that guy. So cinematic camera mode, it's going to have him disappear a little bit. I don't want that. Let's just put it on orbit. We want to see them checking out their new territory for the very first time. So that's so cool. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. I've been checking screenshots of the each habitat as I do them. So what a cool looking wolf. So this is a timber wolf. So he's got water. They have water to play in. They've got rocks and mountains and all kinds of toys to play with. So I think they'll be super happy here. I'm pretty sure there's a feeding platform, but what I need to do now is, it's so fun just to watch these guys, honestly, right? He's like, okay, that's a dead end. Let's go out. You didn't think wolves swam? Well, yeah, doggy paddle. So he's just chilling. He's really enjoying it. Look at his legs. So that's pretty cool. So the next thing you do, once you have everything set up and the animal's delivered, and there's a webcam up there above the water, I need to figure out where those videos go to. Let's just watch him until he gets out of the water. So quite a bit of water right here in this area, but lots of dry and rocky areas to play for these guys. So they're going to be super happy. So Mojave, the timber wolf. So the next thing I do is you have to go through and just double check everything. Like it says, there's no covered shelter. Now that surprises me a little bit because I was pretty sure that over here there's a whole cave system back here, and but I've got to go by what it says. So maybe they just haven't explored it yet. I'm going to give that a little bit of time, but if it's not, I'm going to have to maybe make another cave over here, which is not a problem. So I can do that. So we'll just go through. So hard shelter seems to be the only issue so far. Social. So I don't remember. I'll have to do a little bit of research on this just to make sure that I have the correct number of wolves in. And the Zoopedia is always handy. It's right here. So we want to make sure we know how many we need. So I only got 4. So it's, two males, 2 females is the minimum. And that's exactly what I have. And that's probably what we want to stick with. So I may put some birth control on the females so that we just have a pack of 4, 2 males, 2 females. So now as I have another penguin about ready to die of old age. That's sad. I'm going to have to be replacing my penguins pretty soon too. So this particular habitat is, I think, going to be successful and real popular, especially from the train. Now, right now, you can only see it from the train because I couldn't really figure out a way for people to walk into or up to, especially with the train track. The train track's in the way. I mean, you'd have to stand on this side of the track, which I guess is okay. I could elevate some walkway here, but what I decided to do was have a viewing platform. So if they are willing, and maybe I should move it to the end over here. It might be a better... It can't be in the way of the train. Let's also rotate it this way, which is pretty cool. So, and then back this way. So just a little bit of finesse of where we want it. The train, it'd be cool if the train went underneath, but as that, I don't think that's enough space. So we're going to raise it up right about there. Now from this angle, let's go ahead and switch to keyboard mode here. Whoops. Up, 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 up. Up. So your view would be... Let's get over there. I'm still terrible at driving, obviously. Oh my gosh. So I'm trying to use the mouse and and the keyboard. So no. It's like a flight simulator here. So then that, and then over, and then up. It's terrible. Up. So all I want to do is be right here. So we want to see what the view would be exactly. So just a touch. Whoops. Nope. Down. There we go. Yes. Forward. Okay. There's your view. You have the feeding jeep. You also have a cave and chance to see these things. And I think people would love this. So I'm happy. I am happy with that. Happy with that view. So what I'm going to be working on next time around, the pathway. that goes to the viewing platform, and because staff will walk on any kind of path, but guests will not walk on staff pathways. So I'm replacing some of the staff pathways, but having a hard time doing it. So part of this, the challenge of this game, I mean, I removed all this pathway that worked just fine. I flattened all the terrain, and it still doesn't like it. So there's, lets me go up, which is ridiculous, but it doesn't let me go straight out, and it's perfectly flat. So there's some just unhappy parts of the game, and this is one of them, and it's probably the most important part of the game. The path system has never been good since it came out, in my opinion, and I'm not the only one that has that opinion. So, but I am going to make it so the visitors can go all the way to the viewing platform, but then the staff are the only ones who can branch off and go places that they need to go to do their jobs. So it is a long, I wish I could give them like little ATVs, little side-by-sides to drive around. That would be a really cool upgrade. There is a lot of walking in this game, in this zoo. And I mean, even if you're a guest, the zoo, by the way, seems to be doing pretty well. There are people. So without a budget, with unlimited funds, I can hire as many people as I want. And that's just nice. That stress is not on me. This is hard enough, honestly, just balancing. And honestly, I have only had one animal habitat, penguin. That's it. What kind of zoo is this? And now I have penguin and timber wolf. So I've got two animal habitats to watch out after, and there's so much to do. And I then have to deal with expanding. And every time you expand, you have to add. I'm going to have to add another staff village, probably down here pretty soon. And just so much. There's so much. But it's awesome. Super fun. So come back next time, and I will hopefully have a working path to the overlook. And you can see I have filled in the water for the penguins. So they just didn't need that much water. So now they are have lots of room to roam. However, I have some issues. Anytime you see these red things up here, these alerts, there are protesters who are not happy about something. And I think, like this penguin, I think they get stuck up here. Like, he can swim, but he's complaining because several things. One, socially, they're not balanced, and he wants more space in the shelter. Well, the shelter is empty. So it's probably a mathematical thing, a certain square footage to the number of penguins that I have. So I have to deal with that, either by making another hard shelter, which honestly would be super easy. I think I could just copy this whole building and put it over here or something, and just have two, and then it probably would count. But it is a constant battle of balance, which is super fun. If you don't like that kind of game, I guess I get it, because it can be frustrating, which is crazy, but it's just part of the challenge. So come back and join me next time. We'll see how we can progress, because the zoo is changing every day, just about every hour. And I'll see you next time. For now, Mr. Johns is out.